Welcome back, everybody, to the Speakeasy podcast. My name is Victor. This is Joey.
My name is Joey. Yes, sir. Hello.
As you can see, we have been tinkering with the image of the podcast
Wonderful.
a bit. Wonderful. New graphics.
Wow.
Special.
Who this?
Yeah, who this?
Who this? Not the only thing.
Not the only thing.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're still in the kitchen cooking up some stuff.
Yes, sir.
But for now, this is what we can offer you. Now, as always, we move straight into the album review.
Wait,
first,
1 second. I was about to say, let's do a little toast.
So,
I went quite full this time, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
I went for it's a nice 12-year Glenlivet.
Solid.
Single malt.
I'm staying with my Yamazaki single malt. Wonderful.
Very good.
All right. Shall I do us the honors?
Do it.
Tonight, we will have one of the all-time greats. He goes by the name of Jigga-Man, Mr. Sean Corey Carter, but you probably know him as Jay-Z with The Blueprint. Now,
for all our younger listeners, he is also Beyonce's husband. So I think
yes. That's probably most important.
Yeah.
We will be breaking down The Blueprint track by track, all the way down to its foundations. Architecture pun. But welcome everyone. Get comfortable. Let's get straight into it.
Yes, sir. And
yes, sir.
With that, obviously, we should start out by saying, as this is an iconic album, it is not a first-time listen in that sense, because most of the tracks have featured on various different playlists, different TV shows, different top lists of best rap songs and whatnot. And one of the best diss tracks of all time. So, with that being said, is this the first time you've listened to it as a collection, or was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Same for me.
Yeah. I do have to say one thing before we get into it, and that's I want to apologize to Mr. Jigga-Man. I have not been the biggest fan of Jay-Z. And have not listened to, I feel like, his music enough to do like him. But this album kind of it flipped the switch.
That's good.
In the right direction.
Very good.
As we say. So, good job, Mr. Jay-Z. This was a great album.
Now, with that, we move into track 1.
Yes, sir.
The Ruler's Back. A legendary opener of a track.
God damn.
Yep. Now, straight out the gate, we should also address that this is JC's the quintessential album in some sense. His probably his most well-known album, and it does feature production from some of the best producers, including who we will not see right on this track, but obviously Mr. Kanye West has I think half of the tracks of this album or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
But this first track is produced by Bink, who I was not that familiar with.
Neither.
I must say.
Neither.
But it is a wonderful, gritty beat opener. Very gets
very
you
triumphant.
Hyped. Yes.
Yeah. But I feel like that's kind of what he meant with this album. Not with this album, with this opening track, like a triumphant return. Because, like he says, the ruler's back. Like he feels hungry throughout this whole album. I feel like he feels very hungry to like prove himself again. And as you'll see in the next track, you kind of probably know why. But man, these trumpets go so hard.
Yes.
Fuck, man. Yeah, this great opening.
Wonderful opener, and like you say, there's no doubt that he is back with a vengeance, because at this point he was obviously in a fight, in a beef. There was some commotion between him and Nas. And this shows all through the album. This is pretty much JC wanting to show that he's better than Nas in every single way. And it starts out with him as the title says, I'm the king of New York. This is my town.
Yes,
I'm back. The ruler's back. But what an opener. What an opener. There's some iconic lines in here. The one where he goes, here's a couple of jewels for you to help you get through your bid in prison, all that stuff. So it's just him flexing his stuff. Very nice. I will say, though, Actually, he does the very unusual thing for a rapper of this stature, and that is he flexes his wealth in a different way than you normally do. It's a much more high class. At this point, he's already sort of the rich rapper.
Yes.
He's already the so. But it's very nice. I enjoy it a lot.
Yep. Same.
Then we move on to another hard-hitting track.
Yeah, good lord. And this one is produced by Mr. Kanye West.
Yes.
And god damn.
Yes.
Jesus, this goes hard.
Yes.
Like I don't know what it is, but just is it percussion drum?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it is. It's like it just booms in your head.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Like you said, we say we usually have like one listen and then we just we check in, like, what did you think? Did you and the first thing you said was it's crazy how you can pinpoint exactly Kanye's production.
Yes.
And it is literally, it's great. It's very Kanye West. But it's Kanye that wants to show the world that he can do this, because this was obviously his big break as a producer.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's very cool to see that there's no doubt when it's Nas, it's him.
Yeah. Yep. True.
But
I mean, this track is obviously, as we mentioned, previous one, obviously aimed towards Nas. Also Mobb Deep.
Yes.
I'm not too familiar with Mobb Deep.
You know the classic ones, Shook Ones. Everybody knows Shook Ones.
Oh yes, yeah.
But
it's man. I wrote down a few lines. The one against Mobb Deep. I don't care if you're Mobb Deep. I hold triggers to cruise. You little fuck. I've got money stacks bigger than you. That was sick. But also the one towards Nas was the one that kind of Jesus.
Like that's the hardest one here. Is the way he goes for Nas.
Yeah. Nasty Nas to Esco's trash. Had a spark when he started, but now it's just garbage. From top 10 to not mention at all. Like, Jesus, man, relax.
Yeah. And I think this is the track where he goes. That's 4 albums in 10 years. I could divide. That's one every, let's say 2, and so it's one hot album every 10-year average. Yeah. That's so lame, and it's a very, very cool way of using that line. But yeah, like this has been analyzed to death. It is one of the most famous diss tracks of all time, and this is 2 of the most lyrical rappers going at each other. So, but what a way to start an album!
Jesus, man.
The rules back, and then you get this. But very, very good. We then move on to
a classic
and an iconic beat, iconic beat.
Yes. Now I couldn't I had to look it up because I couldn't fucking figure out for myself if it was ABC or I Want You Back that I sampled. I couldn't figure it out.
That's funny.
I looked it up. It is I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. And it is produced by Kanye.
Yes.
This is probably his biggest breakthrough, this song probably. Not by far not his best production on this album, in my opinion.
But most iconic probably.
Yes, probably the most iconic, yeah. It is so catchy.
The whole intro, the whole hook, H to the ISO, V to the ISO.
Yeah. A little bit cringe to me. It's a little bit cringe.
It hasn't aged that well.
It's so catchy that it's like, it passes.
The rest of the beat is just so well constructed that you let it slip. That's the way it says. And also, I remember it for the crossover with Linkin Park, where this one of the beats they use. So, amazing production and construction of a track.
So insane.
And this was the first single, I think, from the album. So,
yeah, I believe so.
It's not. There's not much to it, really. It's just him showing, who he is. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like this is me. I'm him.
Yeah,
I'm him.
True. Yeah.
But very nice.
Yeah.
Then another iconic track, I feel, and I feel like this has gone viral on TikTok or something.
I really don't like it.
Really?
I really don't like Girls.
Girls.
I really don't. It's so I hate the chorus. It sucks. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it sucks.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't like it at all.
You normally,
I really don't.
You normally find yourself on the highway and just go, I don't like it. It's not very you to say it sucks. I like it.
I don't. I go off. The bars as well. Bit cringe.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. Now that's Spanish chick, French chick, Indian and black. That's fried chicken, curry chicken. Damn, I'm getting fat. Arroz de pollo, French fries and crave, an appetite for destruction, but I scraped the plate. It's like, like, why are you describing women as food? Like, it's just,
I don't know. The thing is,
the one saving grace again is the fucking production on the song.
Just Blaze produced this one.
Yeah,
another iconic.
A little bit. Sometimes it gets a little bit. Like I feel like everything overlaps each other a little bit.
Yeah,
like it's a bit messy.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but the beat alone is great in my opinion. The rest is I don't know.
The one, you know something funny? The first time I heard this, because I heard the track obviously, but I didn't know the intro. Yeah. And the intro, I thought she said shut the door. I thought she was like shut the door. I was like, what is going on? Shut the door. Like what's going on? Yeah. What's that thing? But she always says shut the door. Like I love you. I adore you, right? Yeah, I agree. It hasn't aged that well. Also, the way he says it is kind of cringe. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I just don't really enjoy it as much as some of the other tracks.
I do actually hate it.
I think it's also a very steep decline from most of the other tracks, which are really great. So
yes, it is very much an outlier in the whole album. I feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
And obviously we should mention that it is literally just about girls. There is no magic to it. It's just he likes girls. Good for you, Mr.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Then we move to Jigga That Fella.
Yep. Let's keep it at that.
Yep.
Now here's a fucking track.
Yep.
We go from 0 to 100 real quick for me. The production on this is fucking insane. Yeah. For me, I feel like the production on this song is second best on the album.
Oh, interesting. Which the best one for you?
We'll get to it. The lyrics ain't all that much, to be honest. It's like it's just. But I feel like it's not supposed to be. I feel like this is more meant to be like a grindy in the club, like club banger.
Yeah.
And I feel like that works really well for it.
I had to look it up because this is very un-JC, not JC like. I feel, in some sense.
Think?
Yeah, I guess for this album it doesn't really fit in, and it says on Genius that it wasn't really meant for JC, it was meant for MC Light. But what it says, Jigga wasn't done for J, it was done for MC Light. When we finished it, I thought it was more for J.
Okay.
So I guess that's but. It's not bad. It's just very. It's a nice like you said. Production is very good. Yeah, as it is throughout the entire project. I feel.
True. Yeah. True.
But I don't know. It doesn't speak to me as much. I agree.
And he will come back later in this album. I almost thought this was Timbaland when I first heard it.
I could have
been. The beat very much reminded me of like a Timbaland beat.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Trackmasters as much.
No,
it's
neither.
A duo apparently.
It's a great fucking production on it.
I agree.
I don't know. I do agree that it's a bit different than the rest of the album.
Yes.
I don't think it's a bit different for Jay-Z because, like I said, he has done shit with Timbaland that sounds kind of the same.
Yeah, for sure. But coming from the Kanye beats that are very.
Very almost soul like.
Yeah, soul. They call it like the chipmunk soul or chipmunk. That's what they call his production from this.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. It's I mean, it's not bad by any stretch, but it is just something different, which I kind of like because that's we just reviewed
this song.
Like
this is great.
Yeah, we just reviewed Dirty Sprite 2, DS2 by Future, where you have Metro Boomin all over it. It's like the same all over again. Where here you get some refreshing takes. You get different beats, and you know. So in that sense, I think it works really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Then on we move to You Don't Know.
Yes, sir. Another amazing beat. We're probably gonna say for the rest of the album.
Just Blaze again. Yes. Yes.
Really grandiose. This one. Really grandiose.
Very large beat.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
It's. I mean, for me, mostly what I gained from it was that he's focused on getting money. You know.
Yeah.
That's basically all I got.
It's like him saying, "I came from the bottom," or like, "Now I'm here." You don't know what I went through. Rags to riches. All the scars, we earned them. All the cars, we learned them, like all that stuff, right?
Yep.
But it is a nice change of pace to hear him, because that's obviously what he's more known for now, is the more conscious side of rapping, where he has the story of OJ, which is a very iconic track talking about the black movement and all the social side of it. So this is kind of I feel a way in for him. This is the starting point for his more conscious style, where he goes, this is where I came from. Now I'm rapping, I'm rapping Def Jam, all that stuff.
Yep.
But I came from the streets, and I'm,
Yeah.
True. Yeah. There's not much to it. I feel like if we should talk a bit about his deliveries, what do you feel? Because I feel he's very divisive. Either you like his style or you don't. Yeah. Because he has a very distinct voice.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So before this, we went into this album. That's the reason why I didn't feel Jay-Z that much, because the songs that I'm best for, and that's New York State of Mind or An Umbrella with Rihanna.
Yeah.
Where I feel like his delivery is kind of, I don't know. It almost fell off to me. I couldn't always explain it, but like it just felt off. I don't know if off beat or something like that. I don't know. But here on this album, I feel like everything just works.
Yes, I agree.
I
feel like most of the stuff, if you're not from the area where this was released, you know JC from when he was that JC, the guy that made it, the CEO of Rockefeller, Def Jam, the guy that made the $1 billion or close to it, the guy that's married to Beyonce, that got slapped by Solange, and like all that stuff. Whereas this is like you say, the hungrier side of Jay-Z. This is him not at the throne, like in that sense, not being done, because he obviously hasn't released music in a while now. This is a different vibe. Whereas, because I got to know GC from 99 Problems and Hard Knock Life, and like where he's already at the top, and he doesn't have the same hunger. So I agree with you in some sense, but I also feel like he has one of the most unique voices in rap.
True. Yeah, no, for sure.
So it really works well in this album, I feel.
Yes.
Because the beats are particularly made for him, and he's at this point, he is at the point where he can choose any production team, and obviously he chooses Kanye because it suits him very well. And they went on to do Watch the Throne. Is that what the album?
Yeah, Watch the Throne.
So that makes complete sense to me. But I can understand why some people go, the guy don't really enjoy the delivery.
No. I can see that. Yeah.
Now with that, on we move to Hola Ovito.
Hola Ovito. I'm not gonna lie, I love this track.
Same. Yeah,
I love this track.
The beat here is so way off from everything else.
I know. Yeah.
It's so strange.
But you know why? It's just I can't explain the sound, but it's just a boing. Like a spring trap or something. Like whatever the fuck it is. Like one of those door stoppers. You know, like a brrr.
And it's so gritty. It doesn't sound real. It sounds like electronic in some sense, like made from a computer or something. But it works so well, and like you say, Hola Ovito, it's just so good.
It's so catchy. It gets me pumped up every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
There's one line that I feel like we gotta address.
Okay. Which one?
Can you guess what it is?
I don't know. There's so many in this, I feel.
Yeah, but there's one line that's kind of outrageous.
Which one?
If I ain't better than Big, I'm the closest one.
Oh, that one. Yes, you could say that. Yes, I thought.
Are you though?
Honestly, if we have a real discussion, I feel like a lot of people have him in the top 3.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, I don't, and I don't think I ever will.
I honestly think this is the more insane one. If you haven't heard, I'm Michael, Magic, and Bird all roll in one. And that's like outrageous. That's like saying, I'm Kendrick, and I'm Nas, and I'm Tupac, and all in what. Like, you can't be all that, man.
Yep.
But it works well, and I will also say, he drops a lot back in this era. I feel like rappers were really known for flexing their jewelry. This is obviously right in the period where 50 Cent is on the way up.
Yep.
You have Eminem being funny. It's gangster rap galore, right? But he has a lot of very culturally sound references here. He brings up Sinatra. He did it my way. Like that line is very cool.
Oh yes, yeah, that's pretty sick.
He has the Sam Bowie reference, which is a nice unknown. Like he was the second pick, taken ahead of Michael Jordan in the draft, which people don't probably know. So it's like there's a lot of very deep cut references here where you go, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Like you're not just about the cars and the jewelry. There's some knowledge here as well. Yeah. But what a track! Yes, I agree. I enjoyed this a lot.
I love this track. Yeah.
No, okay. We then move on to Heart of the City.
Best production on the album.
Really?
Best production on the album.
Really?
Yep, for me. Yep.
That's a hot take, I feel.
I don't think so.
Really?
I really don't think it is.
Interesting.
This is the first thing I wrote down. We gotta give Kanye his flowers here. Like, holy hell. This is I agree. This is one of the best production I've heard. This is fucking insane. I love this track. The way the sample and everything flows together in this one is fucking nuts.
I mean, I agree with you. This is very, very good. Like I say, this is for me the hungriest Kanye I've heard, except for maybe My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or the first of what's it called
I don't necessarily would call My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy hungry, more petty in a way of like, you know what? What was it? I saw something where it's like all these people are like criticizing him, and all of a sudden like, and he's just like, "Hi, fuck you all. I'm just gonna create my magnum opus here." Like,
in
just
some
out
sense,
of pure pettiness.
But there's also, if you go at My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, you also see that he is in a lot of pain because he's not dealt with his mama's death and all that stuff, and so that has to put in like some real ingredient, realness into it. But back to this.
If you would love to listen to our review on You Have Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, check it out.
Click up
we
here.
We have done it. We can edit it. Movie magic. It up somewhere. We loved that episode. It was great.
That was a good episode,
so go check it out. Sorry.
But back to this, I feel like I honestly agree that this is a wonderful production, but it doesn't stand out to me from the other Kanye productions on this album. I feel like they're very much at the same caliber. Yeah, I don't think there's any bad production from Kanye on this, but
no.
It's like almost like all of them are S tier or thereabouts production wise, but this is not the one that like goes above and beyond for me. It is very nice, I agree, and the sampling in the chorus is very, very nice. Yeah. So I understand it, but it's not
Okay, fair enough. There's one line that I found a bit meh. That was the jealousy's a female trait line.
Yes.
I was like,
that as well. I mean,
weird.
Like we always say in this section of the obviously we can't take into account how we perceive the lines now. They were obviously written in a time where you saw difference, all this stuff. But even back then, I feel like it's sort of a why.
Why?
What is it at though?
Why? Yeah, I feel like this kind of comes back in a later song.
Yes.
Song Cry.
Yes.
For me, which kind of put me off a little bit, but
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Other than that,
yeah.
What did you gain from the theme of the song?
I don't know, actually. Like, not much.
Me neither. It's obviously it's reference to him being the heart of New York, I imagine. Not really much to it.
To me, I feel like this song is heavily carried by the production.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I saw a comment saying, "Give this beat to anyone with more lyrical prowess than Jay-Z, and this would have been one of the best songs ever created."
Yeah.
And I gotta agree with it.
Interesting. I'm just reading on Genius. Kanye has said that he originally wanted to give this beat to DMX.
What?
Yeah, and that the JC version originally featured R. Kelly singing on it.
Oh, we're glad he took that off.
I don't honestly know. I feel like this would be the type of beat that R. Kelly could actually kill, even if you look at.
I guess.
Like taking away.
If we take art separately, yes.
He's obviously a trash human being, it seems, but you know.
Yeah.
But DMX would probably sound the bass on this. Yeah.
That is interesting. That's an interesting one.
Anyways, we then move on to Never Change.
Yeah.
We should say this. If I know I just said Kanye's production is always great. For me, this is probably the most. I don't want to say it's boring, but it's not as interesting as the other Kanye productions on this album. I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's not just as great, but I think I really like it. I like how he especially I like how Kanye did the hook himself. I thought that was
that's the first time. That's a good point. That's the first time maybe that's it now that you say it, because I didn't put my I just noticed like, okay, it is Kanye, but I've never been a fan of Kanye's singing voice or like this melodic parts. I don't enjoy it as much. Like, it works sometimes, but maybe not. Maybe that's.
I don't feel like he's singing in this one. It's more like
it's humming.
What does he say? Like,
never change. I'll never
it's
change.
like.
Is that it?
Yeah. I never changed because crime pays.
Yes.
But I feel, and then the sample comes back. I think it's cool.
That's true. I understand. It's I'm not at all saying it's bad, and I respect the production. But it's, if I had to choose one that I didn't enjoy as much as the others from Kanye, this would be it. I feel.
Okay.
But I mean,
can see that.
It's still a great song, and I feel like this is probably one of Jay's strongest performances. If we take there is one track that's obviously more iconic in that sense than the rest of them.
Yes, true.
But I really like this.
Yes. One of the things I put down is like, I like how it takes a different way of like quote unquote glorifying. Sorry, what the fuck was that? Glorifying crime.
Yes.
Because normally like those type of songs like really hard. They're like, oh yeah, shot this guy. Like shit like that. But this is very, again, like and I feel like that it's because of Kanye's production, is that it's very almost I would say upbeat, like the
yes. I see what you mean.
It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, but you're right. It does make it doesn't feel as abrasive to you or as up in your face. It feels almost like you just like go, I am what I am, and it is what it is. But it's I think the way he does it is pretty cool, because it's not. He doesn't make it sound as if he wants to do all the stuff he's done, but he's just acknowledging, even if I'm rich now, this is who I am, and this is what I've gone through to get where I am, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But I agree, the production is very, very prevalent, or like it shapes the song.
Yes, it does.
That's so funny. Yeah. We've actually never talked about this, but except for when probably in Illmatic, where we talked about it, where in most of the like big albums we've done, like Good Kid, Mad City, or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the songs are shaped just as much by how the beat is, and whereas in some of the more old school, like Illmatic, for instance, it's the beat is I don't want to say it's like it's by no way bad, but it's more as a standard type
simplistic.
Simplistic. Whereas where Nas gets to go ham on it, and it's not as woven into the song as in this case, where it's obviously Kanye's work with JC that shapes the song. So that's an interesting thing to watch, and that's obviously did grow to a partnership in some sense.
No, that's true actually. But I feel like that is true. Like, I feel like producing and production has become more interwoven with how songs get created nowadays.
Yeah, I agree.
Than, like you say, back in the day, because back in the day it was more again, like you said, the lyrical aspect and the artist itself that had to shine through to make it.
Yeah, because I actually gave it some thought in the Illmatic one, and I think it's because back in the day you made the beat and everybody used it as freestyles. And so it wasn't tailored
yes.
to necessarily one. So the style was everybody had to be able to use the beat.
Yeah.
And that's how everybody knows the Shook One's beat because that's the one Eminem raps over in 8 Mile, obviously. But that beat, for instance, is iconic, but it is so simple that everybody could rap on it. And that's the point, right? But you're completely right. Kendrick Lamar could never do what he does storytelling-wise if the beat isn't as tailored to the story he's telling, pretty much. So
I can see that.
With that, we move on to your favorite song Cry.
It's not my least favorite song, that's for sure.
Oh, really?
Nah, fuck no. That's Girls by a country mile. Fuck that song. No, I actually don't mind the song. Like, I actually kind of like it. The content is a bit cringe.
I guess. But do you think there's any other way he could have done this and not lost street credit? Because I think that's what it's about, right?
In what sense?
In the sense that he is obviously like this is him being vulnerable. I guess.
Yes.
But, and at this point, if he had, I think he would have lost a lot of audience if he had actually done a Kendrick Lamar type, the Heart series, or Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. Because this was a different time where you had to be more of a...
I can see that. Yeah. But I don't know. I do like the prideful, like, what's it called? Like, vibe of the chorus, where it's like he's too prideful to cry, so he'll make the song cry. I like that. That's fine. The thing that's like puts me off is that, like, to me, if you do a song like this where you, in my opinion, feel like take responsibility for the relationships that didn't go well and what the fuck you did wrong,
agreed,
shit like that, don't do it like this. Don't be like
I can't
you
really
throw
do
away
it. So,
you throw away what we just had, like that. I was just fucking them girls. I was gonna get right back. Like,
yeah,
you're deflect. You're not taking, like, you're not owning anything here.
No,
really.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And I'm not defending it because for me this is one of the least liked songs on the album. Actually, because I agree with you 100%. But I'm trying to, if I try to look at it from his perspective, he is at this point not as I want to say flexible a man, where he's obviously very good at showing his emotions, and now he's civil rights guy doing the story of OJ, getting in touch with that side of his heritage. But back here, he is the king of New York. You just heard it. You just heard him like brag about his style and his money and his influence.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if he, the thing that's puzzling to me is why would you include this?
Yeah,
because
that's
it is somewhat the odd song out in the theme department.
Yeah,
and like you say, you could have done. You could have, if the thing that's weird for me is he could have just said, "I did what I did. It is. I'm sorry."
Yeah,
but he doesn't do that. Yeah. He's like, "Well, you didn't even give me a chance to come back." And like, okay. But you kind of just say you cheated on her.
It's like,
is that how that works? I'm not sure how that interaction works. You know. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Not the best. Once again, the production is pretty good. Just Blaze, but yes, it is what it is.
Yep.
Now we come to All I Need.
Yes. The beat isn't doing that much for me. In my opinion,
I agree. But the verses
yes. It's not bad in my opinion, but it's I don't know. It's just a bit underwhelming.
I think this is the perfect bump in the car kind of song.
I can see that.
It's a very easy listening. There's not a lot going on. The verses are pretty good. His flow is. We haven't talked about this, but his flow is obviously great throughout. I feel like that's, even though his rhymes in themselves are somewhat like you say with the girls comparing it to food, it's kind of okay, you know. But the flows are tight, and he has this very unique way of delivering his verses. And I feel like he's very true to that all the way out. And I will say, once you get used to it, it doesn't get like when we listen to Future, we talked about I wanted more diversity in this deliverance. I don't feel like that at JC, and there's obviously more diversity in his deliverance, but it's not like he is like switching up the flows every 5 bars or whatever. But it doesn't get as grating for me that he has that flow, because it's a much more lyrical sort of rap, I feel, for me.
That's fair.
Also, this is obviously, we should say, where this iconic line that I think he took and made a song from later. The all I need in this life, in this world of sin, is me and my girlfriend. He obviously made that into a song with Beyonce. Yeah. So, but other than that, I agree. It's not the most memorable song.
Yeah.
No,
like there is the bass line that comes in around halftime.
Yes.
Like half of the really nice. I love the bass line. God damn. That's one thing that like stood out to me. The bass line.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but like we say, most of this is with wonderful production. So
yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Then we come to the most hyped song on the album.
Yep.
The most debated song on the album.
Yep. The track where people said Jay-Z got absolutely murked by Eminem on his own song.
It spawned the infamous reference saying you got renegated.
Yep.
Should we start out by addressing that? Do you think he actually got slapped?
If I'm honest, not murdered, but he got owned on his own track. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he did.
Let's be fucking honest.
I'm gonna put out there.
Not,
this is probably the best Eminem verse of his entire career. This is an unbelievable verse.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This is definitely top 3.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if it's number 1.
You could throw almost any of the real but this is an unbelievable track. It's an unbelievable verse.
I feel like this is insane, man. He flows impeccably well. He's so smooth. The message is fucking, especially at that time, so on point. Like
the amount of references and double and triple entendres he puts in it is fucking bonkers already.
Crazy.
And I heard a story somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be JC on there at first. It was supposed to be Royce the 5'9".
About Me's Evil song. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
So JC even knew what he was up against in that sense. He knew the verse. Eminem didn't change his verse.
Man. He kind of holds his own in some way, but
I will say this: it's by any sense a bad JC verse. The JC verse is very good, but this is impeccable from Eminem. It is unbelievable.
Probably also helps that he produced it, but.
Yeah, I will say that's actually.
Let's just say about the fucking production. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Is it strings? I don't know what it is, but like,
there's obviously a choir in there that goes. And it's
fucking great.
It's such a sinister, somber beat. It fits perfectly with the theme,
with the tone. Yeah, exactly.
It's so good. It's fucking so good.
It's fucking great. Yeah.
But I understand why people say renegated. I will say this: if we go into the JC verse, he has some insanely well written bars.
I agree. Yeah,
but it's not enough in the overall sense because Eminem packs so much into his verse.
Yes,
his verses. It's just so good, man. And this is for me peak both of them. It's just good.
Yeah.
And this is the one time where I would say I don't think JC should ever go like feel bad about it, because it's not like he had a bad verse. It's literally just Eminem was on this one.
He was on another fucking planet on this one. It's actually crazy.
The theme is pretty straightforward. It's just a fuck you, pretty much. It's just We are them.
Yeah.
We are these guys.
It's like, they feel like the scapegoats for what rap music is.
We should say
how the media portrays it
at this point,
especially in that time.
Yes, there was obviously at this point the very famous explicit language war where rap music was deemed unchristian and unsavory for children, satanic even, and everybody knows the infamous explicit language sticker that was on every CD, which was mandated by the Mormon Society, I think.
Really?
So it was something like that. I'm not, if you know like the exact story, put it below because I don't remember all the details. But it was a very famous thing. Where I think it was Mormon, so it was maybe Christian in some sense, I guess, at least.
Eminem's verse makes even more sense.
Yes, exactly. Whereas rap music was made out to be, and I think it's been like that in the United States forever, where music, like first it was the rock and roll, where that was the devil's music, and you have the infamous Robert Johnson that sold his soul to the devil to be able to play the guitar, and now it's rap music because rap music is stay away from me. So it makes complete sense that they're renegades and they are what they are. But what a fucking track. And
fucking insane.
Yes.
It's actually insane. Yep.
With that, we move on to the title track.
Yep.
Blueprint.
Yep.
Mama Loves Me.
The beat grew on me. I'm not gonna lie.
That beat is so
really underwhelming.
For
me,
the
first listen for me, this was really I almost couldn't hear it. But then I was in the car.
Okay, fair enough.
So I couldn't hear it really. Headphones on, man, this beat grew on me. Holy hell!
Controversial statement. This is for me the best production on the entire album.
Oh,
this beat is phenomenal.
I agree.
Obviously, this is a very sampled song. It's from Al Green, I think. Yes, it's Free at Last. It's called by Al Green. Which has been sampled a lot of times, but it's such a good, the organs in the background and that or sort of almost like church kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
What a fucking beat. It's the title track. I don't understand why it's the title track, and I will say because
I do. I could see it. You know why?
Yeah, why?
Because the I feel like the theme of the song is about the people who raised him and affected his life growing up.
Oh, I see. So that's the blueprint, I guess.
The blueprint of his person.
That makes sense.
I would just like, that was my take on it, but
it makes sense though. But this is a wonderful track. This is the most sincere JC I feel we get.
Yes.
This is him throwing it all the way back. This is how my mama raised me. All that stuff. And he's mentioning his older sisters, cleaning his ears.
How's dad left?
How's dad left? How his mama had to raise him by herself, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wonderful track.
Yeah. Yes.
I also like how there is no real hook. It's pretty much just one.
It's one verse. Yeah.
One verse. One.
Yep.
Which works. It works really well. Works really well.
It does. No, it actually does. Yep.
So for me, S tier track, perfect in all in both theme and how the feel of the track is.
Yep.
Then we move on to
the hidden tracks.
The hidden tracks.
Yeah.
The first one, Breathe Easy, or more commonly known as Lyrical Exercise.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, it was called Breathe Easy because he's breathing mighty fucking annoyingly in this track. Good lord, man, fuck off. Yes, fuck off, man. I did not like this track. Like the breathing is fucking annoying to me. I do like the beat. The beat on its own is great.
Yeah.
The heavy breathing makes it unbearable for me.
I'm gonna be honest. For me, this is borderline useless as a track because it goes lyrical exercise. Right? The only thing it says is I have to memorize it. So you're like, okay.
What I can get from it is that it is bragging about how to. I feel like construct a good rap song.
Yeah, no, it is because he is very famous for never writing down his verses.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's obviously what he's flexing here. He can do it on the spot. He doesn't write it down. He just, it's in his brain. And he wants to show off how great he is by showing that he doesn't put it on paper, put pencil paper, pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like that's over. I'm obviously not a rapper. God forbid. But it's just a weird way of flexing that specific part because there's nothing in this that proves that that's how it goes. It's literally just hearsay, and it's like you could have been cool. Guess, It would have been cool if you had a montage in the beginning where producers go, "I just see him come in. He never writes stuff down. he just goes into the booth and spits fire, whatever." Right? But when you have to go yourself and say, "No, I just memorize it," then you go, "Okay, great. Yeah, and I'm an astronaut. Yeah." That's true. Yeah, true.
If you want to, aren't we all astronauts? Really?
I know, right? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I just feel it's kind of.
Maybe it's not much to say.
But the next track, the final track, is obviously your favorite track, "Girls, Girls, Girls" Part 2. Joey, he's back.
Why? Why? Like you slapped me in the face with the first one. I'm down for the count, and then just go and teabag me just for fun. Just for fun. Just teabag my ass.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
It's slightly better than the original, but it's still not good, man. Stop it.
No, it's just. First of all, who asked for a second part? I don't know.
Who did?
But second of all, it's what a weird way of doing it. There's no features. It's not like it's different or anything. It's just
no.
It's just I had more to say about girls.
The more obnoxious ass fucking hook.
I have some more about girls.
Go away. It's gonna be in my nightmares. Just all of a sudden I just hear from the back like girls, girls, girls. Girls all over the go. So annoying.
The annoying part about this is the way he rhymes stuff, like his rhyme schemes.
Yeah.
This line put me off so much because I put your number on this paper because I want to date ya. It doesn't rhyme. It doesn't rhyim. There is no. You can pronounce it however you want. You say potato, I say tomato. It is what it is. That rhymes, but this does not.
Okay.
Anyways, it's not. Let's end it here. It is what it is. Now, all that here. That's the album. What are your thoughts? Did you like it?
Final thoughts. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I think this album makes me appreciate Jay-Z more than I did.
That's good.
And more like he probably should be appreciated. Because obviously the legacy and the wave he made is insane. But yeah, the production fucking out of this world on this project. His flow on, like you said, on everything is pretty good. Some songs I wish he left off, and then this would have been one hell of a fucking album. If he took the sob songs off, this album is I am not to be fucked with album to the fucking perfection.
I completely agree.
Yeah. But yeah, what about you?
I feel the same way exactly. I also feel like this highlights for me the value of having an ear for which producers to bring on which projects. Yes. Because if you take out Kanye from this and you take out, let's just say Just Blaze, this is a completely different album.
Yep.
So him giving Kanye the chance by producing, I think it's 5 or 6 tracks, is what makes this album stand out. Because it obviously fueled the fire in JC.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where it ends for me. It's a good collaboration between JC and his producers. It's not just him
for sure
picking out, so
yes, exactly.
With that, a nice Fantano rating from you, good sirs. 1 to 10.
A 9 out of 10.
Okay, interesting. 9 out of 10. Yeah, good.
It would have been a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for that one song.
Girls.
No, yeah. Girls. The hidden tracks could have been left off. Like, get out of here. Then for me, it would have been a 10 out of 10 listen.
Great.
And like we say, this is enjoyability. This is not how good the album is, obviously.
No, we're not just. This is subjective, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, this is also a 9 out of 10. It's albums like these that shows how Kendrick and
hip hop is shaped.
Yes, it is in many sense very funnily enough the blueprint for how you do an album that is very futuristic sounding at the time and still holds up to this day in almost every regard.
Yeah, timeless.
Now, do I wish he didn't say "for shizzle my nissle" and sound like a Snoop Dogg? No, yes, of course, but at the same time, the production holds up. The way he rhymes, impeccable, and
exactly.
And it has one of the most insane collaborations in Renegade. So
yeah, it's actually insane. Yep.
With that, we move into the top three.
Top three.
The top 3 tracks.
What you got?
Number 3 is Izzo, because it's just such an iconic track, and I love that beat. Yeah. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Hola Ovito.
Okay, yes sir.
It's such a fun track. And that went straight to my playlist. I like that a lot. It's just such an amazing track to do. But number 1 had to be Renegade. It is far and away the most impressive track. So yes.
Okay, solid. Very interesting, because I feel like my top 3 is what I expected for your top 3, and your top 3 is what I expected for my top 3.
That's great.
Yeah. So, well, not completely, but my number 1 is definitely what I expected your number 1 to be.
Oh, interesting.
All right. So my number 3 is Takeover. It actually, man, that instantly got my damn, Jay. Yeah, chill, man.
God damn.
Shoot. Great fucking diss track. It's actually insane.
Yes.
Number 2 for me is Renegade. Because how can it not be your top 3?
And then number 1 is Blueprint, right? That's how it goes.
No.
No? Oh.
Wrong. It's actually Heart of the City for me.
Interesting.
I love this track so much, actually.
Oh, that's great. Yes, I can see why you would think that I would choose that.
Yeah, I've been... Kanye's production has been growing on me more and more the more I've been listening to it. It's the more I listened to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy after we reviewed it. Again, go check it out. It's anytime I hear a Kanye production, I just lock in and just appreciate the fucking genius that's at work, really.
I feel like that's, for me, it's 50-50, because you get productions like these where you go, but it's wonderful, it's everything you want.
Yeah.
But then you get Yeezus where I go, that's not my and I fully respect that some people like that version of Kanye. That's not my favorite version of Kanye. And you obviously get the Donda version of Kanye where you go, okay, he's on another.
I really like Donda. People hate Donda. I kind of like Donda.
I liked most of the production. But his performances, I don't.
I can see that. Yeah.
But I agree with you. It is, and it's always funny to. No, I don't want to say funny. It's always interesting to listen to Kanye projects, because he is a trailblazer in that sense. Obviously, we don't take into account he is also, it seems, a trash human being. Sympathizing.
He's troubled.
That is very mild. You put it very mild, but yes.
Yeah.
But as a pure artist, it's always interesting to see where he ends up.
Yeah. Cannot deny the genius.
Nope. So that was it for the album review. Cheerios, my good sirs.
My glass is empty. I need to refill, but that's perfect because we're going on to the last call. All right, people. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the last call. Get your final shizzle my nizzles in. H to the Izzo, G to the whatever is a, and just get your asses off of the dance floor for your final drinks. We got ours. So, final cheers of the evening.
Cheers.
Now, as we like to do on the last call, first, I like to give a shout out to a lovely comment we've gotten on one of our shorts.
Comment of the week. There we go.
Solid. Of our YouTube, TikTok, or wherever. And I'm going to give some context. This was on our Nothing But a G Thing short.
Nothing But a G Thing.
Yep. Michael Judy on TikTok said, this song made me fall in love with rap. when this song came on San Andreas, you best believe I was bumping that.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
We all remember the iconic GTA radios where they always had the hardest tracks. For once, every other game was like licensed crap where you go, oh, it's okay, man, okay.
But even New York State of Mind is on there.
Yes. And obviously on GTA 5 you have Kendrick on there. Mad City is on there. So great, wonderful. Good comment. I understand that. Nothing but anything is an iconic track.
It's for sure.
What a banger.
Goddamn. So following up on that, my question to you today, the last question of the day, what song made you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh, this is gonna. You know what? We just reviewed it. It was In the Club.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I see you.
I was 12 when that came out. And obviously at that point, up until that point, I had listened to a lot of rock music. My dad showed me Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, all that stuff, the Beatles. And I was aware of rap, but there was nothing out there was accessible because when you're 12 in Denmark, you don't really listen to, rap music.
Yeah.
But this was such an iconic track that it was on everything. It was everywhere. And just the beat building up to him going, go, it transports me back to the after school program where I went and we bumped it, and it was, vibing. It was
just shouting, it's your birthday for sure.
Yes, you can find me in the club. All that is so good. It's such a.
It is actually
one of the best beats ever made. Dr. Dre knocked that one out of the goddamn park.
Yeah, he did. He for sure did. Yep.
How about you? What was your favorite? You're like.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, that's like two instances because there's like, I remember when I don't fully remember when did Superman came out from Eminem?
It must have been like 2004, I think. 2000.
Yeah, I must have been at like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And I found my dad's iPod.
2002, it's 2002. I can.
Okay, yeah, but it was probably like 7 or 8. I found my dad's iPod, and the first song that was in his playlist was Superman by Eminem, and I put it on, and I was like, oh, this is a cool song. I like this song. Fuck yeah. So then I kept like anytime like I snuck upstairs and stole his iPod, that's the first thing I put on. So that was probably my first like real introduction with hip hop. But I would say what made me really fall in love with hip hop is probably I would probably say Cool Kid, Mad City.
I could get that. I think that's a definition question because I loved I loved the gangster rap. I loved In the Club. I loved PIMP. I loved G Unit in general. It was just such a fun time. But the second part of hip hop, the more conscious part, where you unlock the meaning behind the racial struggles, the issues of black people in America and all this stuff, that's definitely either Good Kid, Mad City or Lupe Fiasco. Has a wonderful like discography that's worth diving into about that as well. So yes, I can see. Good Kid, Mad City is in every regard a milestone for everybody, as it should be.
Yeah, for sure. For shizzle, manizzle.
But I will say this though, there's also been a lot of times where I've been put off by rap music, where I've fallen out of love with hip hop, because there was a golden period between 2000 and 2010 where I discovered like actual hip hop, like I say, somewhere in between there. And I went back and I listened to Illmatic and I listened to the Tupac records and Biggie and but then the period came where the more SoundCloud style rap was in, and that's never been my scene. It's not my style. Yes, I know. And obviously some of them have gone on to become great rappers. Yes. Like you could call Denzel Curry. Yes, exactly.
Oh, he definitely came up on SoundCloud with Ultimate and shit like that.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. Like 32 Zell, like that shit is very underground and SoundCloudy. And it makes sense because he had this house, I believe, where he lived together and made productions with Ronnie J. I feel like lived there. X lived there for a while. No, he didn't live there for a while. He just came around a lot. Together with Ski Mask. So you can see why. But no, man, that era actually brought me back to hip hop a lot.
It's interesting. It's the opposite, right? For me, it's because I enjoyed we just reviewed Dirty Sprite Future, and that has its place. But for me, I've always been way more attracted to the lyrical, conscious rappers. Where you have to find the meaning, you have to re-listen. So it makes sense, and I'm not in any way sliding the SoundCloud. Maybe I'm sliding Lil Pump a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
D-Rose went kind of hard, but
but for sure, in general, hip hop brings something very unique to the table that no other genre can. I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So obviously, put down below what was your track that made you fall in love with hip hop. And have you had any revelations further along the line, like us? Like we say, there's obviously a first entry, and then there's where you unlock maybe another genre in hip hop, another part of hip hop, another underground artist or whatever that made you fall in love with a different part of hip hop. Put it below. Sure. Put it below.
Yes, sir. And I think that's about it for this week.
I believe so.
Now, all right, listen up, peeps. We are closing in on 200 subscribers, which is already fucking amazing. But we got to get to 1,000. We just got to get to it. Because, like we said in last episode, we will do something special for 1,000. And that is make our own beat. Or whatever the fuck we're planning to do. I don't know yet. I'm scared, but it's fine.
We have floated the idea, but you could also put down below what you want us to do for our 1K subscriber special.
True.
We are not below outing ourselves and our lack of musical skills. We will definitely do a
live beat making session.
Live
that would
beat
be
making.
Fucking funny.
Will be
fucking funny. Yep. But so if you haven't yet, click that red button down there. Takes a second, gives us 1,000,000 seconds of happiness. That's for sure. Comment, like, obviously helps boost the video up, so please do that. And check us out on YouTube. You are watching on YouTube, or if you're on Spotify, watch it on YouTube. But what? Fuck, I'm missing up my whole outro.
I know, it's not good. Don't walk out on us, though.
That comes later, man. Shit. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, where we post daily. Yes, you heard me right. Daily. We've been on it daily for 2 months now. So go ahead and follow and join the rest of the 14,000 of y'all on TikTok, which is fucking nuts. But yes, like he said, don't walk out on us. Walk out with us to the after hours.
But
where we talk about
lose a conversation.
Yes, sir.
And I've heard you have a special subject for us this week. You teased me. You said,
"Yeah, I have a little thing that's been in the news. That's been in the news for the last 2 days. That's kind of interesting."
Very good.
There we go, people. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you there.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.